Video games. A job for many and pastime for even more, the choking grip of capitalism and political stupidity has been driving the prices higher and higher to partake in this hobby since, well, always. But with games now breaching 80 quid as a standard, alongside the investment of the hardware to even play the bloody things, a 500 quid punt isn't something anyone without a gambling addiction could feel comfortable risking. Sure, there are the staged, fancy and highly edited trailers and presentations at whatever E3-esque event the companies put on, but that's not really helpful when you want to know how a game feels, whether or not the game ends up clicking with you. And if you've got those questions when it comes to the big names in gaming, how's some up-and-comer supposed to get your attention? Well, at least one of these can be fixed up with a demo. Why just watch a trailer about a game when you can actually get to play it yourself? It's literally try before you buy. But with so many games coming out day after day on Steam, finding those demos and then getting the chance to actually sit down with them isn't something everyone has the luxury to do. That's why we decided to pick up a bunch and stream them, and then make this video. We gave ourselves 30 minutes for each game to strut their stuff and show us just what you'd be getting into with the full game. That way we'd have some metric to gauge giving a fair shot to each of them. It also helps for scripting and editing purposes, having an on-screen timer, but that's besides the point. Plus, if a game can't at least start to hook your attention in that time, do you really think it would in 2-3 hours? If anything here should take your fancy, you can find their Steam page link in the description below. And hey, while you're down there, why not give the video a like? It goes a long way in helping us and these videos out. So, with the premise out of the way, let's do some demo delving. Our first game is one that we can't in good faith recommend. Outhold. Outhold is a dangerous game. Thanks to its simple and easy to pick up gameplay in tandem with the abundance of customization options allowing you to experiment with different playstyles, this game is far more addictive than any drug could ever hope to be. It's a simple tower defense game, you know, like Bloons. Where this game sets itself apart is through its sprawling skill tree and presentation. We had access to a gigantic web of skills to pick through in this demo, and the game even allows the player to try out new playstyles without punishment thanks to the free, unlimited respecs. These spectacular systems are brought to life through Outhold's minimalistic style UI. We were rarely left confused thanks to its readability, and even if we were, it's not like we'd get punished anyway because of those free respecs. Oh, and as a bonus, this game doesn't have the foul stench of useless and unnecessary microtransactions ruining the atmosphere. Playing this game is intoxicating. While you can just brute force things over and over till you've grinded enough upgrades for your towers to finish each level, we found it far more fun to respec for the specific waves of enemies each level sent at us. This turned Outhold from a just build the strongest stuff tower defense game into a far more fun, almost puzzle game. If not for the time limit stopping us, we'd have spent the rest of the damn stream playing Outhold. Hell, we've had to uninstall the game entirely just to make sure we'd get anything done. Outhold's addictive pick up and play nature will definitely have us coming back for more, as if time management wasn't hard enough for us already. If this looks interesting, do be careful. You will lose all your free time, ruin your sleep schedule, and sacrifice the time you're supposed to be doing actual work on this. And this is only the demo. Now to Kokoro Kitchen, a restaurant management game in which you'll build up your menu of Japanese dishes to serve to your hungry spirit customers. We got this game pointed our way a while back by a friend, and it's actually what's prompted making this video at all. We'll be honest though, this isn't a genre we have any real experience with. Like, we know these games exist. Look, Cook Serve Delicious, Overcooked. These are restaurant management games, right? Actually, we're not even sure if those are. That's how little we know about this genre. Our time with this cozy aesthetic blend of Harvest Moon meets Katamari Damacy was a little overwhelming to start. Getting dropped right into the middle of things does show off just how much there is in the game already, and that's pretty neat. Trying to comprehend everything with just page after page of tutorials, less neat. Alan here is meant to act as a guiding force if you get lost, though we found him more of a cheerleading ornament than helper, hence why we spent about 20 minutes trying to understand just how to put together a menu. We know Mango Leaf Games has intentions for a more streamlined, standard, and substantial tutorial, so we won't harp on about it too much. The only major gripe we had was that there was very little responsiveness from interacting with the workstations, which led us to either thinking that we weren't remembering the right buttons to press, or the game was broken. Case in point, multiple times we thought something was bugged because we couldn't plate up a meal. Why couldn't we plate up a meal? Because all 4 of the dishes were dirty and needed to be cleaned. The only indicator of this, though, is the little exclamation mark that blends into the background. Maybe it's a meta-commentary on how people always want to cook but never want to clean. Still, with what's already here, it's very easy for us to see why this kind of game is so popular for people. Having also seen what's being cooked up for the full game, if this is your kind of thing, then we're happy to have shown it to you. Another cozy game up next, Blop has us exploring through a series of puzzles down in a dungeon. While very simplistic in nature, its unique addition is potion mixing. You'll scrounge through the levels to find new ingredients to mix together into useful potions that can help you solve the puzzles. It's still a little rough around the edges and does need some fleshing out, like Babs with a recipe book for all the potions you know how to make, but what's here is a promising start. As such, we enjoyed our time with this demo, even when we did accidentally break the game. What am I doing wrong here? Interesting. I mean, I love... Oh, hello. Okay. Well, I have broken the game in a fun new way. Wait a minute. Can I jump on... Haha! I have found a way to break the game! Oh my god, that's great. We'd love to say more on this game, but the demo itself was rather short and sweet, considering we were done with it in just 15 minutes. We think of Blop like a homemade loaf of bread. There may not be much to it, but it's got a quaint, rustic charm about it. We'd definitely come back to see more of the game when there's more of the game. Stickility caught our eye when looking at demos simply due to reminding us of those old stickmen fighting flash animations from the early days of YouTube. Despite the simplistic nature of a stickman, these act brilliantly as a blank canvas for devs to inject personality and feeling into. Reglan taking that nostalgic design and giving it a once-over with newer graphical improvements got us curious just what they had in mind for their game. We're always up for a story with any anti-corporation notes in it, and with a simple opening cutscene giving us just that, we were invested right off the bat. It's not even super complicated. A police raid at some big dubious corporation turns up no evidence of any nefarious deeds. Knowing better though, you set off to find it yourself. What's really nice is how well the story and genre help reinforce each other here. Having just snuck into the place, you'll have to scavenge up whatever materials you can find to craft up more tools to help explore into deeper and more dangerous locations of the building. It's a classic Metroidvania with great reasons for why it's a Metroidvania. Admittedly, our experience with this genre has a staggeringly high bar set by playing the Ori series from Moon Studios and knowing of the what if Dark Souls was a Metroidvania brilliance that is Hollow Knight. Sadly, we never really saw a unique spark here in Stickility. The controls are fine enough, but feel a tad slow when moving around with the platforming, and the combat is... click the mouse till the enemy falls down, and if you're feeling fancy, maybe you'll dodge roll through an enemy's attack. The art style also doesn't really lend itself to benefiting any gameplay or story element. Think back to how we praised the narrative for making the Metroidvania genre make more sense. If the characters weren't stickmen, nothing really changes here. Those old stickman fighting flash animations and games weren't about the character designs, it was about watching these stickmen pull off super fluid and dynamically choreographed fights. There's a benefit to not having complicated designs there. Same with the platforming. The Fancy Pants games pushed the platforming gameplay so much it didn't matter if the enemies were a circle with legs, or that your character was a simple stickman with a mohawk and fancy orange trousers. The simple designs gave you an easier time understanding what's going on and made everything feel that much faster. Stickility was the most generic and safe feeling game we ended up playing. It's also made writing anything about it so bloody difficult. Seriously, how much of this section on Stickility was actually on Stickility and not some other game? We just didn't want to end up sounding like some games journalist talking about how the Batman games make you feel like Batman when you play them. This was like cuddling a cat while wearing biker leathers or eating unflavored cardboard. Sure, it's a good time, but you don't get to feel much from it. Now, while this wasn't one of the games we played during this demo showcase stream, there is no way we can ignore the opportunity to talk about Haste. Originally, this was just something we threw on after finishing the Sonic Unleashed PC recompile, because we didn't want to end the stream after just an hour. This turned out to be one of the best decisions we've ever made on stream. In Haste, you run as fast as you can. That's all you do. You'll find yourself running through a series of short levels and challenges in a roguelike platformer. Why? Because reality is collapsing, so you better not stick around to find out more. With incredibly intuitive controls that let you pick up and play within a matter of moments, learning how to build up and maintaining your momentum is so rewarding here. Seriously, it's just WASD to move and the mouse to turn the camera and boost. This game is so addictive to play with its easy to to learn hard to master gameplay. You'll even be able to tweak that gameplay with boons, buffs, and abilities thanks to the items you can earn from challenges or buying from the vendor. Now sure, we never found any of these items to be super impactful, but that might just be due to how engrossed in blasting through each stage we already were. Side note, one thing we learned in the full game you can do is choose your whole path from the start, so your flow of going from level to level never stops. Actually, that sums up the game perfectly. The flow never stops. Haste's art style and color use helps give you plenty of heads up on upcoming obstacles without becoming a mess of blurred colors and sound. The level designs you'll be flying through also manage to strike the perfect balance between wide open spaces to run through and having enough in the space so it doesn't just feel like a long empty corridor. That's not even mentioning the more obstacle-filled challenges or boss fights where you'll really get the chance to show off your platforming prowess. It's everything a Boost-era Sonic game wishes it could be. I mean, just look at this! All of these elements create a fast-paced thrill that we struggle to put down, let alone put down into words. Haste hooked us with the momentum and speed we acquired in the platforming alongside that pulse-pounding music that amps up the hype while you do. If there is one thing we can say about Haste, it's that any Sonic fan will find enjoyment here in this game. And to our manager Yuna, we're sorry if we also got you addicted to this game. A puzzle platformer about writing your own laws of physics. That's the first of only 2 lines used to describe Threadbound on the Steam page, and from that alone, you bet your sweet bippy we were going to put this demo on our list to play. A fun little tech demo showing off some fun physics and puzzle solving? Well, that sounds right up our alley! What we didn't expect to find was an immaculate pixel art 2D platformer with stunning environments, tranquil and soothing music, and a phenomenal puzzle game. Using your magic and weaving supplies, you'll be connecting the physics properties of objects together. Push a box connected to another box, now both boxes will move together. It's simple stuff, really. Oh, but this physics effect only goes one way, so you'll have to make sure there's enough space to make everything work. And then you can make horizontal movements affect vertical movements, so now pushing blocks can make your own elevators. And then you can attach these properties to moving enemies, so you'll create automatic moving platforms. And then you can link your own horizontal movement to your own vertical movement, so you gently float down over larger gaps. When we picked up the Threadbound demo, we did not expect to find a game we wanted to purchase there and then, but that's exactly what we got. This game is Celeste meets Portal in all the perfect ways. The reason we stopped playing this game wasn't because of the time limit or even because we finished the demo. No. We stopped because we wanted to enjoy the rest of the game as just that. The rest of the whole game. Sadly, all we can do now is wishlist this and constantly refresh the page, hoping it's released. But when it is, we'll be back. Dragon Detective, A Friend from the Shadows is, aside from a long name for a video game, the demo we were most excited to get to play. Some of our favourite games we've streamed have been the heavy story-centric games. Each of these has a fantastically woven narrative that engrosses you into their worlds, Ace Attorney and the Layton games especially. Guess the clue should have been the word novel in visual novel. This genre is fantastic for puzzle games. When narrative framing leads you to naturally ask the questions the game wants to answer, you find yourself already in the shoes of the protagonist. Every time characters say or do something you just thought you'd do in that situation, it reinforces your immersion. So playing as an estranged, seemingly retired detective, who just so happens to be a dragon, fits perfectly here. When 2 young foxes stumble into your isolated shack in the marsh, things kick off quickly as you're thrust seamlessly into the main gameplay loop, using all the senses at your command to find key details of the situation. From these details, you can begin to weave your deductions and form the picture of just what's going on. Even here in the tutorial, you'll get very little hand-holding and the option to work things out for yourself, but there are some hint coins in case you need a nudge in the right direction. Even after ignoring our timer and playing for longer, we still didn't finish the roughly 90-minute demo. Admittedly, a lot of that was going with the tried and true Ace Attorney plan of using every sense on every possible object just to make sure we'd found everything. Also because it was funny watching the reactions of people to seeing a dragon casually licking things. There is a brilliant game here. And honestly, the fact that you get to play a quarter of the full game in this demo is worth a look alone. Hell, Sungazer Software even let you carry over your save into the full game, so there's no worries of having to replay this story when you're done. If you're a fan of puzzle games, furries, visual novels, or all 3, then give this game a look. So with that, we've come to the end of the list of games we took a look at and our thoughts on them. It was a fun time seeing what people are out there making, and this gave us a good opportunity to try some games we normally wouldn't. If you've got any other game suggestions, then be sure to let us know in the comments. Who knows, maybe we'll have another round of demo delving some other time. Again, you'll find the Steam links to the games in this video down in the description below, along with where you can find and follow us for more content and entertainment. But with that, our time here is over. Do let us know what you'd like to see from us next, and until then, we have been Ultrasonic Blur, you nerds have been a fantastic audience, and we shall see you all next time.